Greetings! Welcome to The Road Cook. Today we're going to make an extremely simple marinara sauce. The worst thing that happens with any kind of tomato sauces in America is over-seasoning. You need to keep it simple. First of all, you have a base sauce, which is generally a tomato puree. It should be nothing but pureed tomatoes, possibly cooked down and reduced to the thickness you desire. The next step in tomato sauces would be a marinara. A marinara traditionally is the tomato sauce puree with basil and olive oil added to it. That's it. Maybe a little salt. Then from there you go on to spaghetti sauces and a gazillion other tomato-based sauces. For example, the spaghetti sauce will probably have the addition of garlic, black pepper, and possibly a bevy of Italian type seasonings. We will be adding black pepper to the marinara today, but we'll do so at the very end. Matter of fact, scratch that. I'm gonna pull it. Let's keep it basic. Pull that black pepper out of it. This is just marinara. All right. So I started out with about 15 tomatoes. I only have 2 left here. I try to keep these videos short. There's my 15 tomatoes. The amount of the tomatoes, it's not exact. You got different sizes, you different kinds. I'm a great fan of Roma or plum tomatoes. To me, they make the best sauces. Okay, so basically all I do with the tomato, whack off the end. These are all cleaned, of course. Chop it in half. Take that half in half, take that half in half. You got 4 nice large dices. That's it. Chop it in half, chop that half in half, 4 nice dices. Of course, bigger tomato makes more dices. You just basically want, what, maybe an inch cube? I don't measure, I'm not a chef. Okay, now the ends. You gonna waste those? Heck no. Cut edge, 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 3 cuts, leaves you a triangle of stem that we toss. Edge, edge, edge. You see? There's your triangle stem. There's your edge pieces. It's got a little blemish on it. We'll cut that off. Ooh, I need to sharpen my knife again. Okay. And those go in the pot. Nothing to it. To that, 1 cup of water. Again, you can always add more. You can't take it back. I would recommend the first couple of times you do this, start out with maybe 1/4 cup. No great harm done if you put in too much water. You're just going to have to cook it longer to reduce it to the thickness that you want. And remember, whatever tomato you have, they put out a lot of juice. You know, they're going to get real moist. Oh, by the way, you notice, I didn't take out the seeds. I didn't take off the skins. That's healthy stuff. I want that in there. Okay, 1 cup of water. 1 teaspoon of salt. This is my wonderful Celtic sea salt, and it's very coarse. Yeah, I could easily put it in there, and it would cook down. That would not be an issue. But I'm not in a hurry. I just want that salt flavor to get in there quicker. This, by the way, is just an old manual coffee grinder. Works wonderful for this sort of stuff, as well as coffee. Now, another reason I'm doing this with the sea salt, to show you the quality of the product. Notice how that's all stuck in there. That's wet, that's moist. This salt carries the sea with it. It also absorbs a lot of moisture. That's what makes it really wonderful for fermenting or curing. I don't use the pink curing salts. I use natural sea salts when I'm curing meats. You just have to go a little longer, be a little bit more cautious. All right. So, teaspoon of salt, cup of water. I'm going to throw in about a tablespoon of basil. This is dry basil. I would much rather have fresh. I just don't have it right now. If you do have fresh basil, for say 15, 16 small to medium sized Roma tomatoes, maybe anywhere from 4 to 6 leaves. You kind of tear them up and throw them in there, and when they're stewed down, this will all be pureed. All right, tomato, water, salt, olive oil, half cup, or thereabouts. Make sure you got a good olive oil. The great maestro chef Ramon would say, rule number 2, always use the best ingredients you can afford. What you ask is rule number 1. Have fun. If you're not here to have fun, you don't need to be here. Again, that's about all there is to it. We've got the salt, water, tomato, basil. Normally, I cook this and then I puree it. For the sake of the video, I'm going to try to puree it now just to demonstrate. That way, 8 hours from now, I don't have to come back. I mean, it's going to be cooked. It'll reduce it to the thickness that you like. Taste it, tweak the seasoning, a little more oil, a little more basil, a little more salt if you have to. You can take it and run it through a food processor. The best way is a burr stick like this one. Be careful if it's hot. Be very careful because burr sticks will throw the product all over the place if you're not careful. This particular one, what name brand is this? This is a Kitchen Smith. I'd never heard of it before. I got it at Target for like $20. At the time I was in a hurry, I just needed one. I thought, okay, I'll use it till I burn it up and then, I'll get a good one. Screw that. 20 bucks. Kitchen Smith. Target. I call it my evil Evinrude. I've never seen a more vicious burr stick in my life. What do you guys call them? Immersion blenders or something like that. That's a burr stick. Whatever. Okay, it's got a low. It's got a high. I don't almost never do I go to high. What you want to do is you want to get down and push and then start to grind. And do a little at a time. Yeah, it's already throwing stuff all over the place. Like I said, this is just to give you guys a general idea. I will cook it down, and once it's cooked down, yeah, it's throwing way too much stuff. Once it's cooked down, it's not cold, it's not solid. It won't be as messy. But still, try to get that immersion blender, that burr stick. Make sure these feed slots are below the liquid line. If these things are at or above the liquid line, it's just like a motorboat engine. It's going to throw stuff all over the place. My little evil Evinrude. Love it. All right, so that's all there is to that. I'm going to stick this, I'm going to fire up the crock pot, put it on high, check it after about 4 hours, or when you smell it. When you smell things, they're about done. A little more olive oil. Waste not, want not. Okay, and then go back and either run it through the food processor, run it through the immersion blender, and get it, pureed up. When you go to check it and it's cooked as much as you want, it will probably look liquidy. The solids and liquids will separate. Don't freak out, don't panic. Before you reduce it more, go ahead and puree it. If you need to, let it cool. I mean, don't hurt yourself. You don't want to screw up your food processor if it's a lightweight plastic by throwing 180-degree tomato sauce in it. But yeah, that's really about all there is to it. very simple marinara sauce, and then you add other stuff. I will be making this into a spaghetti sauce for a dish later on, or at least part of it. There's two reasons I'm doing this. One, so you can see how easy marinara is, and two, because I'm not sure of the volume. I will probably have more than I need for my dish, so I will save the extra marinara and only turn the spaghetti sauce into what I need. And at that point, I'll add the black pepper, the garlic, the herb seasoning, probably a little red wine or some Marsala for sweetness, and all of those things are optional, all of them. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by to Road Cook. Have a great day. Be wonderful to each other. If you really want to know how to cook Italian, go to PBS and look up Lydia's Kitchen. Nobody better. Have a great day.